Hi students, this is the week 7 MyWritingLab activities overview. The first thing you're going to do is check out the chapter 10 revision challenge, and it includes the introduction to a report, and I want you to explain how the writers could revise this introduction. There's two ways that you can kind of go about this. You can rewrite the thing if you'd like to apply the paramedic method, or you can just write a short paragraph explaining what you would do if you were them. So you can actually make the changes, or you can talk about the changes in the abstract. The idea behind this activity is that you will be able to go back and revise your own introduction to your report and make it even better after reading and revising this example here. The other activities are two case studies from chapter 18. The first one has to do with using visuals in documents. This example of a real-life situation talks about using images of people, and it seems that they didn't really think through the representation of the images that they used. So talking about different cultures and making sure that you are creating a document that is going to be effective in all situations for all people, for all cultures. So basically what happens is someone makes a document and it makes it look very racist. So now that this has happened, what do you do? All right, what if you didn't watch the video on using visuals properly and you accidentally ended up doing this? How would you fix it? How would you deal with the situation? And this is something we need to think about. We need to think about representation when we're in the workplace, because if you don't, people are going to have their feelings hurt, people are going to make assumptions about you or your company, and that's not going to be what you want in the business world. All right, so the last case study All right, little glitch there. The next case study is called Lying with the Truth, and in this case it is about using visuals that are twisting the information, which we will also talk about in the using visuals video. There's also that link to the article about how people use different types of graphs to manipulate the data. So this is kind of an example of when someone has used charts and graphs to manipulate the data, and it has to do with not setting the y-axis properly. So technically they're telling the truth, but the way that they're representing the visual is unethical. So if you're caught in that situation, what do? You don't want to embarrass your coworker, you don't want to make them mad at you, obviously, but they are manipulating the data and trying to make something seem a little bit more significant than it is. So how would you deal with a situation when someone hasn't taken our class and hasn't watched the video on how to properly represent information in visuals? So what would you do? So those are some real life situations for you to think through. There's no right or wrong answer necessarily. It just is trying to kind of start a discussion in your mind about how you're going to react in difficult situations in the workplace.